Hey guys, Ralph Havens here. and Years ago, 2014, we were in Bellingham. We were in a 7-month lease, and we were trying to sell our house from San Diego because we thought we had a place that we wanted to live out by the mountain up here, Mount Baker. And the thing was, we were running out of money, and I didn't know how to make money at that point the way I used to. I used to have a physical therapy, integrated manual therapy practice, and we billed insurance, and we had a PR and marketing person, and we had a billing person, and we had an office manager, and we had 5 therapists working for us, and we had a whole system, a whole machine. And but I always wanted to live in the Pacific Northwest. And if you know my story, you know it was a kind of a tough time from 2011 to 2013, not being able to run and trying to get my health back and all that. But there we were in the Northwest, and we knew we wanted to live up here. But we thought, okay, our plan was to sell our house because it was worth a lot of money in San Diego, and it was a hot market. Buy this piece of property, 6 acres, a little over 6 acres, and a house out by Mount Baker, and then live in it for a bit and build an earthen house. We learned how to build these earthen houses, and then rent out the house to skiers and other people, kind of Airbnb it, grow some food, do a little internet healing work with people, and just kind of live really simple. Maybe not a lot of money coming in, but maybe not needing a lot of money and having a nest egg. So we had this plan, but here we were running out of money. We had spent 7 months of money, and I had a client or two here and there over the phone or over the internet, even a client here or two in person. But it's not like we were making money in a big way, and we had a little boy, and our house wasn't selling. We had all this money from the San Diego house, and we thought, we got to figure it out how pay this much for the property, and then get a place to live out there. And then we were even thinking of living in the basement for a while we rented out the place and just make money like that, and grow a little food. And we even thought composting toilet and just live more permaculture like. And but we couldn't sell our house. It wasn't selling. It kept falling out of escrow. And Jen was getting her haircut, and I was with Ben over by the co-op outside, and there was this busker that we knew named River, dreads down to here, and playing his music. He had his banjo and he had his guitar, and I was telling him I was playing some guitar, and he told me, "Oh, show me your chords that you're playing the song Hallelujah from Leonard Cohen." And so we're sitting out there, and it was a beautiful, beautiful night, blue skies and kind of pink clouds, and just like end of the day kind of beautiful night. And it didn't, I got it that, wow, this is such a beautiful night. But I had all this like uncertainty in there. And what I've come to find over the last 6 years is that I'm going to tell you how to do something that I found really useful, that I tell my one-on-one clients, and we go very deep with, because there's a power. There's actually infinite power, infinite energy, infinite information in all around us. We're swimming in it. We're swimming in this infinite energy and infinite power and unlimited resources. And we know that scientifically, but how do you tap into that? How do you tap into that? And so what Jen says is, it's really cool to notice your life. And so what does that mean? And is that useful? So one thing that that I want to tell you that was I was tapping into it in the beginning there, but I didn't realize the power of it. And so what you can do when you think of like, what do you want? How do you get there? Are you what is it like to be you? What is it like to be you? You could just sit with that one for a moment. What is it like to be you? And then, of course, you could have all sorts of thoughts about it. But if you let go of the thoughts and the judgments and the story about it all, what is it like to be you? It's an experience, right? It's an experience. So much like these trees out here, what's it like to be those trees? And so it's an experience. And I'm going to tell you something that it's not just like a nice thing to do, an idea, but if you can notice what you're noticing, you know, notice what you see. And if you don't have a beautiful place to look at like I do, you know, notice the your room and the way stuff is laid out in your room, and notice the passing cars, notice the passing people, just noticing what you're seeing, and then noticing what you're hearing. You know, I can hear the I-5 in the distance, and I can hear my little boy and Jen downstairs. And every once in a while I hear a little bird. So noticing what you're hearing, and noticing what you're smelling and tasting, and noticing what's happening in your body. What are you experiencing in your body? What is it like to be you? So there's something really cool when you start to just sit with that. Like, what is it like to be you? And then what can happen is you'll get the next step of what to do. And then the key, of course, is to do it, right? Like it's we see a lot of people that don't do it. And so if you're not living how you want to live, if life isn't working like you thought it would be working at this point in your life, one thing that you can do, even just a little bit here and there, you know, it's not like you have to like sit in deep meditation for 6 hours or something, or go to a mountain. You could just notice what it's like to be you. Just notice the sights, the sounds, the feelings, the smells, the tastes, the thoughts, and just sit there. Kind of like trees are just noticing what it's like to be a tree, I suppose. And then see what your next step is. And then, you know, you can do it if you want. And that way, whatever shows up, whether it's an obstacle or something wonderful or something where you're just like, oh my goodness, what do we do? Our house isn't selling. Or what do we do? I don't know how to make money. Then you could notice what it's like to be you then. Just kind of sit with it. Like, what are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? What are you tasting? And you could think, well, what is that going to do? What it does, I found, is it puts you right into the flow of what is, of that infinite energy, that infinite information, those infinite resources. And by sitting there and noticing what you're noticing while you're going through life, you start to tap into this thing. And then you can be led to the next thing to do, and then the next thing to do. And what I noticed, and so obstacles are one of the wonderful ways to get ahead, because when something pushes your buttons, don't have enough money, what's going on? I don't know what to do. You could notice what it's like to be you, and just sit with it without trying to change it, blame it, figure it out. Just to sit there and notice it. It's your life, right? It's kind of cool to notice your life. So it's a very interesting thing. It's really simple, and I think that's why most people don't do it. So no matter what you're doing, what is today? Monday. So a lot of people going to work on Monday. I've got a really busy day, lots of clients. Yeah. And so my job is cool because my job is to notice what's happening in the moment. So try it out if you like. I'm going to put a bunch of links below of places you can get more resources. every once in a while you might see me take a big breath or a yawn. It's a technique that came through one of my coaches, and he bestowed it on us, on me. So it's an instant miracle technique. If you want more information about how to play with this infinite energy information, PM me if you're watching on Facebook, or get my email, go to those links, and then send me an email, and I'll send you a whole bunch of stuff. How I tap into this information, energy. Yeah. Yeah, there's a way to sit with whatever is that's really powerful. And if you want to play with that and see how your life changes, let me know. PM me, message me. All right. Let's heal ourselves and heal the world. All right, you guys. See you tomorrow.